Hey everybody, I wanted to hop on here and go over preview for the Tulane Green Wave and the Oklahoma Sooners. Guys, super excited to be on with you guys. Been wanting to do this for a while, first podcast, but just really wanted to talk about the 2024 Oklahoma Sooners, guys. And I know this is the third game of the season, but as a Sooner fan, I'm sure you guys could agree this wasn't the season that we thought it would go, right? You know, we're 2-0, which is great, but coming off that win against Houston, I know a lot of you would probably, like myself, I didn't really feel like it was a game. And then coming out of when the third quarter ended, we're like, we're in a dogfight. And you just kind of felt like it was one of those games back in the Lincoln at Riley area where we couldn't get out of those games. Those are the games we would take an L on. So, am I excited that we're 2-0? Absolutely. Am I nervous to play Tulane? I never thought I would be saying yes, but guys, I am a little nervous, right? They're coming off, a tough loss against Kansas State last week. But, I think we're kind of in the same spot. Tulane's probably got to feel pretty good about themselves with a freshman quarterback. Mensa, he's coming off a good game. And really, guys, I feel like they've got more momentum than we do, even with us coming off a win. I know that, again, sounds weird to say, but, Jackson Arnold and our running game and receiving core and offensive line play, it's been a dogfight. And I as an Oklahoma Sooner fan for the last, 25 years, it's rarely that we're able to talk about a struggling offense and a lights out defense. So I'm going to hop into some keys of the game. Vegas has us favorites, guys, by 13.5. Again, that's a scary line. That's not any money that I'm putting down on. But really, the keys that I really want to hit on, guys, number one, we got to run the ball, man. And I know we've been talking about this ad nauseum. I've been watching a ton of content on the Oklahoma Sooners, Teddy and Gabe and, all these different guys, all these different podcasts. And guys, we can't just leave Jackson Arnold on an island and let him struggle, right? We got to think about it too. Like, yeah, he went to Denton Guyer. There was a lot of expectations and pressure in high school, but college is a different beast. When you're playing in front of 85,000 Sooner fans, right? Guys, we know what we are. Like, we are mad men and women when it comes to our Sooner football. And the expectation is always going to be, the standard's the standard, and I think that we sometimes forget that the players feel it too. You know what I mean? And I think that's probably what Jackson's probably going through, a lot of those jitters, and then playing with an offensive line that's been glued together, every single game. And same thing with our receivers, guys. When we lose Nick, Jalil Farouk, Jaden Gibson, we're losing all these guys. And then he's, expected to hop in there with freshmen that he really hasn't even been throwing the ball to. So the biggest thing I think we can do to alleviate some of that pressure is run the ball, man. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to see a lot of misdirection stuff. Like the first play last week when Deion Burks took that end around, right? And, is a negative 6-yard play on the first play of the game, right? And it kind of sets the tone. As a Sooner fan, I'm sure you guys like me were just like, dude, what are we doing? Like, we can already get a taste of how it's going to be the rest of the night. And guys, that's really what it was. Looking at the stats, we got Taylor Tatum, a true freshman. He's only had 6 carries for the year for 75 yards, and he's leading the team in rushing. So I look forward to get Gavin Sawchuk going. And, Javonte Barnes, guys, I think what we need to do is stick with a hot hand. Like, give each other a drive, but then we don't need to do the whole back and forth thing. And that's one thing that frustrates me is that, Gavin will have a drive, then Javonte will have a drive, and then they'll kind of go back and forth. I think we need to find the hot hand and stick with it, right? And not give up. A lot of times last game, guys, we'd run the ball on first down, get a penalty, and then we're having to throw for 2 to 3 downs to try to get the first. And guys, I don't know about you, but we've been seeing the third down percentage. We're one of the worst in the country. So run the dang ball. Number 2, guys, offensive line play. I don't remember a time where it's ever been this bad on the offensive line. And I'm not talking about so much the play. I'm talking about health-wise. Guys, we've got guys out there that literally, I heard on the broadcast last week, couldn't even lift their arm, right? They're literally playing one-armed. And then they're playing positions, like, we got centers playing guards and tackles every single week. I couldn't even tell you the starting lineup because I don't have an idea of what Beanball's going to throw out there. But we need to be better. And I know they're getting the brunt of the criticism right now, but overall, we need to solidify at least not getting those dumb penalties at the end of the game. We're not doing holding calls. Like, we just need to be solid. We don't need to get in the way of, we need to help Jackson just a little more, right? And I think I'll get to quarterback play in a second, but if we can just give him a solid pocket throughout the day, like Tulane, I don't know how good they are in the trenches, guys, but I mean, they're not going to be anywhere as good as the teams we face later on in the year, like the Alabamas, LSUs, and those teams, right? So I think we go out, impose our will a little bit, banged up or not, like we're still Oklahoma. Like our third string linemen should be able to still get some push against the Tulane Green Wave defensive front. So can we be solid and can we stay injury free on the offensive line? And guys, we need to get some momentum heading into heading into Tennessee week. Because I don't know about you guys, but they've been lighting it up, and it's they'll be coming to Norman ready to play. Josh Heupel's first time back, and he's going to want to hang 100 on us, so we got to come ready to play. But guys, and last thing I want to talk about on the offense, which receivers are going to step up, right? And I talked about, we all know all the injuries. Nick Anderson, guys, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? It's kind of getting to a point where it just feels like he's always hurt, and I hate to say that because, Rodney went through the same thing when his time in Oklahoma. It was always like, I hope Rodney plays tonight, and then he'd go out there and tear it up, and then we wouldn't know what's going on. We'd hear from the coaches that, Anderson's not available. We're kind of getting the same feel with Nick, and I hate that for him because he's a stud when he's out there on the field. But whoever is out there at receiver, I hope we can get Andre Anthony back. I know he's been dealing with his knee injury, but guys, we just need some sort of experience and explosive dynamic players back. Because guys, last week, I mean, we saw receivers that, we hadn't seen at their time in Oklahoma. I know a lot of them are super young, but we're just getting a lot of new people, right? A lot of new faces, guys. And I think at one point, the receiving core that we had out last week, not one player was there the year before, last year. We didn't have one receiver out there playing that was last year. So who's going to step up? Going into Tennessee, we definitely need to get some rhythm going with Jackson and the receivers, and I'm excited to see who's going to step up because we need them going into next week for sure. One thing that I feel like is really going to dictate the game, guys, and we've been the best at it in the country probably this year and last year, is turnovers, right? We got 2 last week, 6 our first week, but I truly feel like whoever wins the turnover battle this week is going to win the game, okay? And I think it's going to come down to that because, guys, offense, I can see us, doing a little better, but we're not going to go lights out and just light up the world, right, and put 50 on them. I just don't see it happening. I think it's really going to come down to whoever protects the ball better, whether that's Jackson, not throwing any interceptions. And, guys, special teams. Like, how nervous were you guys every punt last week watching Billy Bowman and Peyton Bowen take those punts? Because, guys, it just never felt like, we're holding our breath, right? Like it was like Gavin last year. It just kind of felt like every time a punt was in the air, we kind of expected them to have some sort of bobble or something happen. And I just don't want to have that feeling anymore. So pray to God we don't have to deal with any of the bad punt returns like muffs or fumbles or anything like that. But, guys, whoever protects the ball this game, I feel like is really going to have the leg up in winning this ball game. Special teams, I already went over it, guys. Again, can we get any sort of punt return and kick return, right? And can we make field goals? Because I know we had a field goal miss last week. Can we get back on track? Because I could see us, maybe scoring 3 touchdowns or so and then having to kick 2 field goals throughout the game to get us ahead. And prediction, guys, I have us winning Oklahoma 27-20. I have it a tight ball game going into the fourth. And, guys, I think our defense comes up late in the clutch. I can see, Billy Bowman getting a huge pick to end the game. Woody Washington, I know he had his pick robbed last week. But I'm just looking for one of our experienced DBs or in our secondary to step up. Because, guys, and what I would love to see too, if you've been a Sooner fan for a while, the defensive end play, it's been solid, but it's been nothing to write about. Can we have any D end get a couple sacks in this game? Whether that's Ethan Downs, whether that's, RJ, who's going to step up on the D end and apply pressure? Because I feel like Mensa, he's going to have to throw the ball to win this game, right? And their running back, Hughes, he's a stud too. I watched some of their highlights from last week. I think he was a All-American in their conference last year. But, guys, Mensa's going to have to throw the ball on us to win the game because I think we're going to shut the run down early, and they're going to have to depend on him chucking the ball down the field. And, guys, we're playing Mario Williams. He's going to be excited to come back and throw up a bunch of points too. So can we shut down that passing game, and can we get a huge turnover to end the game? But 27-20 is what I have it, guys. Fingers crossed. I think we get, this is a big win, whether it's close or not. A W is a W in this game. And I think as a Sooner fan, you'll feel good to get out of this game 3-0. So give me your predictions, guys. Leave it down in the comments. And I'm going to go do a reaction to this game, post game. But like, comment, subscribe, guys. Again, this is my first pod, so I appreciate you guys. And I look forward to pushing out a whole bunch of content for you guys. So let's go. Boomer Sooner, 27-20 tomorrow night at Memorial Stadium. And, guys, let's get that W 3-0 heading into Tennessee. So thanks, guys. Have a great night. And let's kill it, man. 3-0. Let's get it, baby.